Maltese church demands immediate release of detained Ethiopian nationals. They called on all members of parliament, especially the Social Affairs Committee, to convene and discuss this matter with urgency so that in collaboration with civil society organizations, they could find a solution that respected individual rights and safeguarded every member of our society.
A historic church consumed by flames, a 19th century masterpiece destroyed in a single night. The Church of the Immaculate Conception, built in 1854, now nothing but ashes. What ignited this devastating fire? Why did it happen now? And what does this loss mean for our future? The answers are elusive, but the questions demand our attention. Stay with us as we unravel the mystery behind this heartbreaking tragedy. Early Monday morning, a massive fire broke out at a historic church in northern France. Now, this isn't just any old church. This place has been around since 1854 and survived 2 world wars. But today, it's nothing more than a pile of ashes and rubble. Why? That's the big question everyone's asking. Even Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, is asking questions about this fire. He saw a video of the flames roaring through the church and asked on Twitter, "Is this definitely arson?" That's a pretty bold question, right? But he's not alone. People all over social media are raising their eyebrows and asking the same thing. Why are so many churches in France catching fire lately? What's causing this? And why does it seem like the mainstream media is barely paying attention to it? One Twitter user brought up a really interesting point, saying, "Why so many churches and not a single mosque?" It's a fair question, and it makes you think, is there a pattern here? Or is this just a coincidence? And why isn't the media digging into these incidents? There seems to be a lot more going on than meets the eye. But here's the thing, with so many of these fires happening, will this investigation really give us the answers we're looking for? Or will this just end up being another mystery that gets swept under the rug?
Creatore di tutti, perché benedica tutti coloro che attraverseranno questo tunnel in spirito di amicizia.
Menambah semangat kita semua untuk menyuarakan harmoni di antara kita semua. Semoga Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa memberkahi kita semuanya. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
It's finally official. The United Arab Emirates Abrahamic Family House is officially open to worshippers. Here's an article about it on the Khaleej Times saying the Abrahamic Family House has welcomed its first worshippers to the mosque, the church, and the synagogue over the weekend. Located on Satanic Island, Abu Dhabi, the Abrahamic Family House is now open to worshippers with access to the forum and guided tours available to visitors from March 1st, 2023. It goes on later in the article to say that you can practice your faith in any of the 3 houses there, the synagogue, the church, or the mosque, and you can also attend the other faith houses as a guest if you please. This of course looks to pave the way for the eventual one world religion that the end times last days prophecies tell us will come, and that one world worship and control will eventually be directed at the Antichrist, and he will force that worship to the point of death eventually in the very last days.
La mayor parte de los habitantes del planeta se declaran creyentes. Esto debería provocar un diálogo entre las religiones. No debemos dejar de orar por él y colaborar con quienes piensan distinto.
Confío en Buda.
Creo en Dios.
Creo en Jesucristo.
Creo en Dios, Allah.
Muchos piensan distinto, sienten distinto, buscan a Dios o encuentran a Dios de...
A tragic incident unfolded in the English Channel on Tuesday, the 3rd of September 2024, marking the deadliest migrant crossing this year. 12 lives were lost, including 6 children and a pregnant woman, when their boat was ripped open. The vessel, carrying nearly 70 migrants, faced disaster in open waters. Boulogne-sur-Mer prosecutor Guirec Lebras confirmed that half of the deceased were children, with most migrants originating from Eritrea.
As we went 2 hours, approximately 2 hours.
2 hours from the shore?
Yes. And
Tonight, Ethiopia's Prime Minister and France's President meet at the Elysee. Abiy Ahmed headed here on his first trip to Europe since taking office in April, and Paris is keen to support the reforms brought in under the Ethiopian leader. Also,
አብያተ ክርስቲያናትን ለመታደግ ከኢትዮጵያ የቀረበላትን ጥያቄ በመቀበል ስራውን ለማገዝ ፈቃደኝነቷን መግለጿን ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ዶክተር አብይ አህመድ ተናገሩ።
ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ዶክተር አብይ አህመድ ወደ ስልጣን ከመጡ ወዲህ ከአካባቢው ማህበረሰብና ከቤተ ክርስቲያኒቱ በቀረበላቸው ጥያቄ መሰረት ቅርሱን ለመታደግ የተለያዩ ስራዎች እየተከናወኑ ነው። በተለይም ደግሞ በቅርስ ጥበቃ ዘርፍ የተሻለ ልምድና ዕውቀት ካላቸው ሀገራት
NASA calculations show how the eclipse's darkest point appears in Africa, near the city of Bangui, crosses Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. Then it overcomes Asia, reaches Taiwan, and vanishes in the Pacific Ocean. This path crosses the sacred city of Lalibela, in Ethiopia. Built between the 12th and 13th centuries, on the rests of the ancient city of Roa, Lalibela is today considered by UNESCO a World Heritage Site, for the presence of 11 monolithic churches, excavated in the rock. Lalibela was built with the intention of offering the Ethiopian Christians a sacred city that pilgrims could reach, without embarking on the long and dangerous journey to Jerusalem. According to the legend, the construction work of the city, founded by the Ethiopian Emperor Gebre Meskel Lalibela, has been conducted with the support of the Templar Knights. Following the purpose of making Lalibela a new Jerusalem, the king built the 11 churches in a relatively narrow area, crossed from side to side by a rocky walkway called Jordan River. The NASA model highlights how the Umbra center of the 2020 eclipse will cross Lalibela, following exactly the Jordan path.